This is the Washington Times front page for Thursday, December 14th, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The House has voted to authorize a formal probe for Republicans' ongoing impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Alex Miller and Mallory Wilson report the vote passed along party lines 221 to 212. House Speaker Mike Johnson said the vote empowers Republicans to obtain witness testimony and other evidence from the Biden administration and to determine whether that evidence warrants a vote to impeach the president. The president called the move a baseless political stunt and criticized House Republicans for wasting time on a partisan probe instead of working on issues important to Americans. The vote follows a months-long investigation by 3 House committees that have obtained testimony, bank records, and other evidence they say raises questions about the president's involvement in an alleged influence peddling scheme with foreign adversaries. House Republicans also believe their subpoena seeking Hunter Biden's testimony and other evidence in their probe was strengthened by the vote. Washington Capitals and Washington Wizards owner Ted Leonsis and Virginia political leaders celebrated plans for a $2 billion sports and entertainment complex for the area's NHL and NBA teams in Northern Virginia. Matt Delaney reports Leonsis was joined by Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, Senator Mark Warner, Alexandria Mayor Justin Wilson, and the entire Alexandria City Council in announcing the news at the development site in Potomac Yard. Leonsis' monumental sports and entertainment plans a new headquarters and performing arts venue alongside the 20,000-seat arena adjacent to the Potomac Yard Metro Station. The Alexandria Economic Development Partnership said the project would be expected to break ground in 2025, pending state and local approvals. There's expected to be some opposition from local and neighborhood groups as well. A few hours after the announcement, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser called her own press conference and expressed hope that the city still had time to convince Leonsis to reconsider leaving the district's Capital One arena. Women increasingly are asking judges, not their doctors, for abortions in Republican-led states that have largely banned the procedure. Alex Sawyer reports the Texas Supreme Court denied Kate Cox's request this week to have an abortion after she learned of a fatal diagnosis of the fetus and that carrying the pregnancy to term could harm her future fertility. A lower court judge had granted her request, but Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton brought the issue to the state Supreme Court. A 31-year-old mother of 2, Cox ended up traveling out of state to seek an abortion, something other women are doing in the wake of Roe v. Wade being overturned. And finally, a group that tracks government-funded animal testing says the EPA scrapped a 2019 plan that would have cut animal testing in coming years and ended it altogether by 2035. Stephen Dinan reports the White Coat Waste Project found the EPA reversed a Trump administration plan that would have cut animal testing by 30% in 2025 before phasing it out completely a decade later. Instead, the agency says it won't be bound by any time limits and is following the best available science. The agency runs a lab in North Carolina where it does the testing. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.